How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to our fourth Halloween special, I believe. Yeah, I think it's something like that. We're almost done with the Halloween season, but let us remember that spooky season will forever be every season. So today, who can really do Halloween better than Tim Burton? I'm pretty sure at one point we've all seen one of his movies at one point or another. And so this week we're going to be making three cocktails based on three different Tim Burton movies. As is typical around this time. So let's go ahead and let's get started. The first step we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting with ice in our shaker. We're going to go ahead, let's go ahead and move this out the way real quick. We're going to go ahead and start with, I apologize, there is ice in that shaker, but not in this one. This one is just going to be for the liquids, and then we'll combine it to chill it. So the first one we're going to be calling Wormroot. And Wormroot, obviously, from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I've had a lot of arguments with my friends about whether Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie. So go ahead and tell me what you think in the comments below. But either way, we're going to start off with about 1.5 ounce of lemon juice here. Now you can go ahead and scale that down to perhaps back to maybe an ounce and a quarter, depending on how tart you like your drink. Now, this is basically a really weird sour, but regardless, go ahead, just squeeze this guy. There you go. We're gonna be using 1.5 ounce. I found that worked best in my experimentation. So go ahead and experiment with this recipe and go ahead and tell me what you think. So we'll go ahead and put that right over here. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting, let's go ahead and pick up this lemon that fell. Let's put that right there. Alright, cool. Don't litter, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go ahead and add that into our mix. And now we're going to go ahead and grab something off screen because it won't fit within the frame. We're going to go ahead and be using about 4 ounces of peach punch. Now, you could just go ahead and perhaps... I should backtrack. This is a combination of peach juice and orange juice. Perhaps if you don't have peach punch, you can just go ahead and use orange juice. It'll go ahead and substitute this just fine. Just keep in mind that we'll be adding a different flavor profile to it. So, just a warning here. Alright, so now that we've added that, we're going to go ahead and get something off screen. And what are we using there? Now we're going to be using about 1/2 ounce. Before we pour that, let's just go ahead and shake this up real quick. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to go ahead and give this a nice good shake. Go ahead and pour our contents into the shaker. Make sure that closes. If not, it will basically go everywhere. I'll just go ahead and give this a nice shake. Starting off with a rough shake like this to just seal the two containers to create an airtight seal. Once you feel that both containers are cold, just go ahead and slap it down harder than Uncle Bobby slapped Jimmy after a bottle of Crown Royale. Just give that a good shake, and there you go. It's mixed. So we'll go ahead and grab our strainer here. We're gonna go ahead and pour this into an old-fashioned glass, or really any glass that you have handy. In most of my videos, we'll be using things like this. Glasses like this, but anything that you have handy will really work for this. So we'll go ahead and put this over here. Now, I seem to have forgotten something. But, anywhere you put it, any glass you put it, we'll go ahead and just put that in there. Now, we're going to be adding about 1/2 ounce of Blue Curaco. Blue Curaco is an orange liqueur, kind of on the pace of triple sec, but blue. And it's gonna be not only for taste, but for color as well. Just go ahead and add the Blue Curaco on it, and as you can see, I tried to make it layer, but it didn't really layer. So just go ahead and let that sink. We'll just go ahead and give it a little bit of a mix. And you see how it starts to turn this almost teal blue. this greenish blue, if you may. We'll just get a nice good stir, and there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the wormroot cocktail. Now you could go ahead and perhaps add more of the blue curacao to this, perhaps maybe a 1 1/2 ounce, perhaps even 2 ounces, because not only will it give you a nice, bitter blue color, but also it'll also serve purpose, being the only liqueur in that drink. So I use 1/2 ounce. You feel free to use whatever you like. Now the second one we're gonna be talking about, it's called the remains of the day. Now the remains of the day is obviously corpse sprite inspired, and we're gonna be starting here with about 6 ounces of red Gatorade, or you could substitute this with Hawaiian Punch if you'd like. Pretty much give you the same result, I find, in my experimentation. So let's go ahead and start with 6 ounces of that. Now after that, we'll go ahead and grab some other things that do not fit in the frame. So first of all, we're going to be using our Midori. Now Midori is a liqueur. If you guys don't have any Midori lying around, any melon liqueur will do just fine. But I just happen to have Midori, so that's what we're going to be using. Fun fact, Midori is made in Japan and distilled in Japan, and it's imported into America. I didn't know that. Anyways, we'll go ahead and seal that up. Now we're going to go ahead and be using, if I had to guess, or if I had to ballpark it, we use 1/2 ounce of Midori on the last pour, and we'll be using about 1/2 ounce of sour apple schnapps. Now if you don't have sour apple schnapps, but you have a sour apple pucker, or any sour apple liqueur, it'll work just fine here. I don't think you necessarily have to use the exact same sour apple schnapps, but just as a word of caution. We'll go ahead and give this a nice good stir. We'll go ahead and see how it gives it this almost blood orange kind of look to it, which is awesome. And we'll go ahead and we will put that off to the side. And that is the remains of the day. A nice, refreshing, almost apple soda-like quality to this cocktail, which, if you're looking for, is honestly great. So we'll go ahead and move on to our final cocktail here, and this one we're going to be building in the glass. It's called Beetlejuice, and obviously for good reason. So we're going to be using about 1/2 ounce to about a 1 1/2 ounce of Midori here. Just go ahead and pour that in there. You see that nice, beautiful green color we have already. That's something that's probably going to stay for the remainder of this cocktail. So then we'll be using equal parts of everything here. So we'll be using equal parts Midori, equal parts sour apple schnapps. Here you can use the 1/2 ounce or the 1 1/2 ounce pour of this. As long as you pour everything else accordingly, nothing will overpower. Just make that clear. Now we're going to be using again, equal parts. I used 1/2 ounce here. You can go ahead and use a full ounce, 1.5 ounces, perhaps even 2 ounces. Remember, as long as you make everything equal parts. And you see how the Midori, just how the blue curacao floats just right on top of the Midori. And now to finish off this drink, we're going to go ahead and hit this with some lemon lime soda. I'm going to go ahead and be using Sprite. You can be using 7-Up. It doesn't really matter, as long as it's lemon lime soda. So as you can see, they have this nice blue-green quality, and we just go ahead and give that a nice good stir. Just go ahead and let these things know each other. You can see that it starts to turn this weird kind of like Sprite green. I know that's not a color, but it'll do for the purposes of this episode. Just go ahead and give it a nice stir, and there you have it. And there it is, the Beetlejuice. Now the Beetlejuice is a great combination of melon liqueur, sour apple liqueur, and orange liqueur. And you may be thinking, well, that much alcohol in a glass should taste nothing but pure alcohol. Well, you'd be right if there were no mixers, which the Sprite is definitely the mixer, but having everything in equal parts makes things more palatable, and you really get the nice evolution of the Midori and the sour apple Schnapps, and then just you get just a hint of orange from the Blue Curaçao. As far as the remains of the day, well, I've already talked about remains of the day. Remains of the day is a nice, refreshing apple soda kind of cocktail, which is great. Now the worm root is really strange because you get a hint of the lemon and the peach, and that really evolves very nicely together. And then you have this nice, gentle whisper of the orange liqueur in the Blue Curaçao. Now, I think these are fantastic cocktails. I definitely want you guys to mix these at home and tell me what you think for your quarantine Halloween this year. And at the end of the day, that's basically what this is for. You know what I'm talking about? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, that is going to conclude this Tim Burton special. Go ahead and join us next week for our final installment of our Halloween cocktail series, where we will be saying goodbye to October, but never forgetting spooky season. And I think you guys are going to like this. Just for clarity's sake, the sour apple schnapps that I'm using here is Royal Club. Now, they're not really paying me to say that. They should be, but they're not. So, anything you got laying around will do just fine as far as sour apple schnapps goes. But, if you guys like this episode, go ahead and let me know. Go ahead and comment. Go ahead and subscribe if you'd like. If not, just stay here for the drinks. See you later, ladies and gentlemen.